We are standing in the Deutsche Klingen Museum in Solingen. This is Mr. Wetzler, the curator of the museum. So, Mr. Wetzler, where are we standing?
We're standing in the part of the museum that exhibits the Bronze Age weapons. And the largest and probably most beautiful part of that Bronze Age collection is the weapons that come from Luristan in nowadays Iran, from Persia.
Great. And I contacted you because I wanted to look at a very specific short sword, number 3 as I call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it right here. Yeah, can you tell me a little about it? What makes this dagger so special, or short sword?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's around 3,000 to probably 3,300 years old, estimated. And I think what makes it special and outstanding, and why it's one of our favorite Bronze Age weapons, is its pure beauty. I mean,
it is,
look
it
at
really
this.
This is just a piece of art right
there.
It
is a piece of art. There's so many things that you can explore about it. You know, when you take a close look at it, it is so intricately produced and made. All the small details, things you can only see when you go very closely and you see, oh, there's a fuller in the midrib, stuff like that. It's a fascinating piece.
It really is. And it was cast in one piece?
It was cast in one piece.
Some of the other daggers, they were made in 2 pieces, so they would first cast the blade and then cast the handle onto the blade.
Yeah. Yes, but in this case, this seems to be made from one piece, and this is, I mean, it's, to me, it's incredible. But I'm not unlike you, I'm not a bronze caster myself.
Yes.
So,
it's fantastic. I mean, looking at it, to picture the man who made this, or I'm guessing it was a man at the time. He must have been working with a wooden model, a clay model, and then shaped that until he was happy with the result. And what you produce is just pure art, symmetry. It just works really well, aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And I find the elements really, really interesting. Like you said, the intricate details. You've got a square rib on the middle handle, and then the inlays, which were lost.
Which are lost. We don't know what it was. Obviously, most probably an organic material, probably bone. Probably ivory. I'm not sure.
And then is that called a fuller here?
I'd call it a fuller, yes. But the details of the fuller, this is interesting as well, because here the fuller is not very deep. So it starts with a flat, and it's not so much that the fuller is ground into the blade, but it's more as if the blade was rising around that lower part.
Really interesting. And the typical crescent moon that seemed to be the fashion of the time.
Yes. Yes, it's like a double moon. If you look at it, for me, it's a moon dagger. That's probably the mystic part of it. You have this that is reminiscent of a moon, but this, of course, as well. Yeah, so you have almost like a small crescent moon in the.
Would you consider that a crescent moon?
Would I consider? It looks to me like one, but I'm not saying, because I'm not familiar enough with the culture, with the cultural context, with the context surrounding it. I mean, there were, of course, obviously, religious ideas about the moon and the moon circles. Yes, but is this supposed to be a moon, or does it just look nice? Well, I don't know.
Maybe both.
Maybe
but
both.
Some people might consider this Islamic, but when this blade was made, there was no Islam.
Yeah, this is a long time before the Islam.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for giving me some information on this blade, and I will do my best to replicate this and come back with the results.
I'm looking forward to see what you'll do with it.
All right.
Thank you.
So since everything leaked out the bottom, I'm guessing that it didn't fill up the mold all the way to the top, but I did see a little spout at the top, so I'm still a little hopeful that it did work, but let's see what we got. So despite all that leakage, it turned out perfectly fine. I didn't actually film the opening process because I just didn't believe it would have worked. It could have possibly worked, but it did. And I'm really happy with this. I'm sort of speechless. This is my favorite piece out of all the Luristan daggers and, I mean, swords, short sword, whatever you want to interpret that as. But this is just amazing. I'm super happy. I'm now heading back to the museum to compare my replica with the original. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay. Right, getting the sword out again. Oh, this is getting exciting.
There we go. Now let's see.
Right, that's starting to look really good. I should have gone way thinner on the blade, and there are lots of deviations on the crescent moon. It's much too rounded here. It should have been a little more squared off at the top. Other than that, I like the handle. A little long here, but we're talking about minor differences. The length is okay if I pull it down a little and cheat. No, that looks okay. Yeah, I'll try that again, but I'm really happy with how this is looking right now.